This is Duck Duck Juice, and it's better than me watching Duck Duck Goose on Netflix. So, if you saw my thoughts on the first episode of Total Drama Rama, I thought it was okay, but I wasn't really getting into Total Drama Rama. Because for me, what makes Total Drama as Total Drama is the satire of reality shows, not some sort of Muppet Babies copycat. For this episode, this one is actually a little bit better than the first episode. Does that make up for this entire series? No, it's still a Muppet Babies copycat, but I'll admit I probably like this more than the first episode. Izzy and Jude triple dog dare each other to drink this special drink that Chef loves with a passion, which is called rainbow juice. They both drink it and they go on a sugar rush. And now they had to figure out a way to keep Izzy and Jude calm while Courtney and Duncan go out to find a new rainbow juice for Chef before he finds out. I think the real reason why this episode is better than the last one is because it had more clever jokes than the other one. Like, you see the unicorn barf of the rainbow juice. You don't see it barf from its mouth, but you zoom in on the cup and you see the juice pouring down on the cup. Which we know where that juice is coming from. There's even some good jokes when Chef goes on a rampage to find his rainbow juice. So there's a funny scene with a phone call. That had a good laugh out of me. And of course, there's the funny scene with the McDermotts. You know, husband and wife watching paint dry and watching the grass grow. That's actually funny. We do actually see some of the young Total Drama characters explore outside the daycare. Not a fancy scene, but actually go outside the daycare. You do see Duncan and Courtney go to the convenience store to get the rainbow juice. You see them at a Subway. And people are actually wishing that we see these characters go outside the daycare. Actually, the funny thing about this episode, what really makes it stand out are the crazy cameo references. There's a fancy scene on what happens when Chef doesn't get his drink. And we see this familiar looking character, and it turns out it's actually Nikki. And it's a young version of Nikki from 16. And they actually made a reference that she and her parents move away, which is actually clever. It's a reference to the series finale of 16. But the one character that I was actually shocked that made a cameo in this episode was actually MacArthur. And yes, it's that MacArthur from The Ridiculous Race. And to be fair, it's actually a hilarious cameo. And I know this is an alternate universe, but I am curious, is this what transited her from being a shopkeeper to a police cadet? But still, there are a few flaws with this episode. It can be at times, it can feel a little bit fast-paced regarding with Izzy and Jude going on this sugar rush and when Chef goes on a rampage. And the interactions with Courtney and Duncan are not that strong compared to their teenage counterparts. I know they're not going to make them a couple because they're way too young to know about love. But there was a scene where she handcuffs Duncan to make sure he doesn't get away with it. But then after they return to the daycare, she said, "You're free to go and you're free to escape this daycare as much as you want. Why in the world didn't you just let him go? Well, if you don't care about him. You clearly know your way around this suburban area." So if you really couldn't get into the first episode, maybe you'll like this episode better. But still, this series is still not up there with the other Total Drama series. The episode is pretty much better than the first one, and I'm hoping the other one can be a lot more better.